Welcome to Dust Off the Bricks. I have a pretty good video here for you guys. I'm going to go over all 280-ish molded animals that I have. So we're just gonna go through these one base plate at a time, and I will tell you a little bit of history and a little bit of background on all these animals. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with the Lego horses. I'm going to stick my hand back here so you can actually see them better. But there are quite a few different Lego horses. So the first two Lego horses were molded or created back in 1984, which was the white horse and the black horse. And then shortly after was the brown horse with the red reins. And later on we've gotten multiple different horses. 2012. We got the new molded horse, so these ones only bend here, where these newer horses can rear up and also push their head down. If I can do it one-handed. So that's what the new horses molds are able to do. So I think obviously the new mold, and if you look, their heads are a little more curved. So these horses' heads are a little more square, where these ones are a little bit more rounded. But then you've got some painted horses back there. I have a white one and a brown one. I believe that's all of them, just came in white and brown. But there are multiple different colors. And then even in we got the Friends molded horse in 2012 too. Heads can go down, but they cannot rear up. And then in 2013, we got the foal here for Friends. And then for System, in 2022, we got this foal, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying that word wrong. But yeah, so multiple different horses. And the Friends ones, they come in so many different colors and so many types. And they all have names too. So that's the little thing about Friends. Majority of the animals in Friends they're actually all like named, and each horse is different that is named. So yeah, that's the little thing about Lego horses. So now we'll move on to our next base plate. So here are pretty much jungle animals, I guess I would say. There's kind of no particular way I put together the base plates. Is honestly just trying to fit some animals together and all the different types of animals together. But in 2003, we got our first Lego elephant. This is not it. This is not the first Lego animal or Lego elephant. The original Lego elephant had 17 pieces you had to put together. But in 2021, we got the new elephant and the new baby elephant. So pretty much the only thing different with the male and females is you remove the tusks and put the smaller tusks in. So that's what pretty much changes it from male to female. So you can easily pick up a couple of these elephants and have male and female elephants, and the baby has no particular differences. But in 2020, we got the Friends elephant and baby elephant. So it's just a little bit more rounded and cartoony, and you got the baby elephant there. But there is an elephant that a lot of people don't realize we do have. And that is, we have a baby and adult right here of Duplo. So I just have a bunch of these Duplo animals because I just recently had a kid. So I just decided might as well showcase them, right? And so there is two different other elephants that we do have in here. But sticking with elephants, if you look over here, the baby elephant can pick up has a bar attachment on his trunk, and so does the Friends elephant. The System elephant only has ability to attach like by stud, but the head does kind of turn for this one. The Friends elephant does not, but you got tons of studs in the back, a few studs here, one stud, so you can actually be pretty versatile with these elephants. Alright, and then for giraffes and zebras, So it's actually very interesting. The zebra is the same exact mold as the Friends full. It's just printed differently. So that's the zebra. And then the giraffe also came out, and it's the Friends. So the zebra and the giraffe both came out in 2022. So with, they both came out in Mia's Wildlife Rescue, I want to say. So yeah, it's pretty good that we got those. But we do also have another giraffe that most people don't know about, and it's also the Duplo giraffe. So, yeah. So there is more than one giraffe in Lego technically, but all right. And now let's move on to Lego animals, or Lego cats, large cats. So I'm going to show you guys from this angle at first to show you that every single one of these cats has the same body mold. So you can see how their tails are all pretty much exactly the same. They are exactly the same. And then if you look at the front, all their paws are exactly the same, but yet you'd have different molds of the head or colors. So pretty much these three heads molds are exactly the same, and these two are, but we've got the lion, albino lion, we have the lioness, we have the puma or cougar, we have the tiger, and we have the saber-toothed tiger. So there are more. There's a leopard and a black panther as well. And I think there's one other one that I'm missing, but I think I might have them all. But in 2017 is when we got the panther, leopard, and tiger. 2018 we got the mountain lion and the saber-toothed tiger. And in 2021 we got the lions. So yeah, and then also in 2021 is when we got the lion cubs. So we got black, white, and tan there. But there's also another lion that we cannot forget about. We have the Duplo cub and the Duplo lion. So there's a couple more Duplo animals that did come out. So there are more than what's here. But yeah, so that is, I think, everything for this base plate. And but I'm so glad we got these tigers, and I don't know why they haven't done more and released them in more. Like this one only came in a few sets. I think this one only came in 1 or 2 sets. Saber-toothed tiger only came in 1 set. The leopard and panther didn't come in very many sets. These lions didn't come in very many sets. It's just Wildlife Rescue sets that these lions came in and the cubs came in. So I'm also wondering why we aren't getting more of these prints or these molds out there. So hopefully sometime soon we will get more, because 2021 is pretty recent. This video is coming out in 2024, so it's not that long ago that these lions came out. But let's move on to the next base plate. All right, we have lots and lots of animals on this base plate, so bear with me. There's gonna be lots and lots of dates I'm gonna be spitting out. So we'll start out with we have 2 owls. One came out in 2021. One came out in 2001. One came out in 2009. And I guess they're the same kind of thing, but one has an angular face, which I don't know if I have the angular. And then one is the rounded feature. So I honestly think all these ones are the rounded feature, because around the time that the angular ones came out, the rounded ones went I think retired. So, but we've got 4 different colors of owl there, and then we have the owl of that spread wing owl that recently came out in 2021, and then we have the baby owl that is very recent, that came out in 2023. So multiple different types of owls, and all relatively within the last 25 years they have come out. So I guess that's a while that owls have been out, but not too long. All right, and then we are going to go to the flamingos. So the Friends Flamingo came out in 2020, and I looked at multiple different sites to figure out the dates. Some of these were different on each site, so I don't know which one was right. I just went with about the right time for each one. So bear with me if I am wrong, and if I am wrong, let me know in the comments below. I'm not going to take offense to someone trying to correct me when I need to be corrected. So, and then we have the other flamingo that came out in 2019, which came in the CMF of the Gardener. So a lot of people think this isn't actually supposed to be a flamingo. It's more supposed to be a yard display flamingo. But obviously it looks pretty good, so I say it's a real flamingo. Alright, so let's go to the small birds. So the small birds haven't been around for very long either. Only since 2021, and I think this is all three of the colors that they have come out with the small bird. So I mean, it's pretty good. They're small, they're detailed, they are pretty well. I would have wished that the black or the blue and the red did come with the ability to have eyes, but they just are all red. So, or all red or all blue. So, all right, now we're gonna move off to the chickens. So the chicken mold came out in 2011, and we've gotten multiple different colors here. 4 of the colors that I have, you have the dark turquoise, I want to say, then the brown or the nougat, then the gold, and then the white. So the gold came in a VIP pack. I think that's the only one that's come in so far, and then the turquoise, dark turquoise one came in the up house. All right, we're gonna move back to the bats now. The bats came out in 1997, so been around for quite a while, and we've pretty much all I knew about was the black one, but then a tan one I recently found in a Harry Potter set. So I think that new color of tan is actually looks pretty good. And if I was to want any Lego mold to come out and need a revamp or a new release, is the bat. The bat looks good, but it's been out for a long time now. Hasn't gotten any redone in almost 30 years. And what if we got one curled up? Like have the wings curled around them. I think that would be nice. So that's one thing I wish we had. All right, and now we're gonna go on to the Sonic birds. I don't really know what these are called. I just call them Sonic birds. They came out in the Sonic sets, and they were released in 2023. So very relatively new, and I'm guessing they've only come out in the Sonic sets so far since they're recording this video. And then down here we have the Falcon. That was released in 2023 with a CMF of a Black Falcon Knight. We have the Friends bird back here. That has come in multiple colors, and on the different websites I was looking, they had multiple different release dates. But for this one color bird at least came out in 2018. So that's what I could find. All right, now we're gonna go to the parrots. The parrot was released in 1989. So if you can look closely, I'm gonna try to put my hand back here. You can see that the beaks in the front row are smaller than the beaks in the back row. So these ones, this mold retired, and well, I guess the new release of them came out in 2016. So we got a new release of the bigger beak in for the parrot. So these are all the ones that were prior to 2016, all different colors. And there's multiple of them. There's so many different colors. There's a parrot that is a weird green color that only came out in one set. It's a Jack Stone set. It was like a clock set. And it was kind of weird, but you got a parrot, and that parrot is very expensive. So some of these parrots can be pretty expensive. I believe this one's actually pretty rare too and expensive. So I'm glad I was able to get that at a reasonable price. All right, so I think, oh, the rubber duck. Couldn't find it anywhere. For some reason, could not find the rubber duck anywhere. So people, I think this is supposed to be a rubber duck, but I think it's fine as a duckling. Would be cool to get an actual duck to go with it. Like maybe the cool little mallard duck. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. But yeah, so that's all the birds that I have. Oh, this vulture thing came out in 2021, I believe. It came out in the Wildlife Rescue sets. Couldn't find a date on that one, but I believe it's only come out in the Wildlife Rescue sets. So I think it came out in 2021. But there are multiple different birds that I do not have. Definitely colors. There's so many different colors of birds that I do not have. And there's seagull out there that I don't have. Hopefully someday I will have. But there's so many different birds, so this have gone on forever. but it's so many more of these ones. There's a penguin that I'm missing. Oh, I didn't think I went over the penguins. I don't think I have them written down, but here's a Friends penguin, and here's a penguin with red eyes, and there's one that does not have red eyes. So, I don't know what year they were released or whatnot, but I know one of the penguins, I believe, did come in as CMF, if I recall correctly. But this is the one, I only have the one with red eyes, and the other one is going for quite a decent amount that I'm not willing to spend for a little tiny penguin. But honestly, I'm not going to lie, the Friends penguin looks just fine. So I don't know why I can't use this one. So one of these reasons why I decided to pull out all these my Lego animals and take a deeper dive into them is my next build that I plan on doing for a custom build is a zoo. So I was like, you know what? Let's bust out all the animals and see what I have. So I'm actually still looking for trying to pick up a bunch of animals. And if you actually, I've done a video about all my molded animals maybe a year ago. So I'll put that in the comments or in the description below for you guys to go check the old video out. But here's a newer one when I have tons new animals, and I will be picking up more animals, and I have lots of sets that I have not built yet with new animals in them. So stay tuned for maybe next year. I'll do another one, see how many more animals I have. But yeah, I'm still picking them up because I still want to pick up a bunch of Lego animals for the zoo. I want to have a decent zoo and as many different animals as I possibly can. But let's move on to the sloth, the Lego Friend Sloth here. It was released in 2020, and I will say a cool thing is it doesn't have a bar attachment, but you can set this on a bar and it will kind of hang there. So that's pretty interesting. Then that's the only sloth I have, but then we have the monkeys here, and in 1989 is when this classic guy came out, and there's only two colors of this one. One's like a, I want to say Ninjago one, a little, I think its name is Monkey Wrench, from Ninjago. I think he came in this same style, but this is pretty cool. It uses a little minifigure hand, so like you can actually have 4 different attachments for this monkey. So honestly, I think this monkey is classic, and honestly, if they just did different colors on it, I don't think we would have needed a different monkey. But we did get the new monkey right here. It came out in 2021, and I believe it only came in these 2 colors, and was released in the Wildlife Rescue sets. But then we got the chimpanzee, which I could not find the release date. I know it came in 2 CMFs, and came in another gift with purchase, so they're not easy to find, but I was lucky enough to pick up a couple of them. So there's everything for that base plate. So let's move on to the next base plate. Here is a lot of animals again, so bear with me, lots of dates, lots of things. Hopefully I don't miss over any of these animals, but let's get started back here in the top left corner. So we have the standing cat. The best date I could find was 2015, but tons of different colors. You have the Harry Potter one that was some spell, and I also have the deer over there. So all 4 of those, I think there was only 4 of them, and I got all 4 of them. All right, and then we have the crouching cat. So the crouching cat right here was released in 1994 and 1995. I was finding both dates for those. I believe I've heard 1994 previously, so I believe it did come out in 1994, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, but then we're going to go to, I'm going to say one thing. So this obviously is a different molded cat because it has a mohawk. So this Mohawk cat. This Mohawk cat is a little bit different than the other standing cats, but this one did come out in 2020. It came out in Monkey Kid sets. His name is, it's Sandy's Pet Cat, though. I do know that. All right, the standing kitten over here. We have 3 colors of standing kittens, and these were released in 2022. Then we have the grumpy cat over here. I don't know what the actual name of it, but there's 2 versions right here. And the grumpy cat was released in 2023. But one is actually smiling there, and it has a little Christmas wreath over his eyes. Let's see if I can get a little closer to show you guys. So there it is, smiling grumpy cat and an unhappy grumpy cat. All right, so now for some reason we are skipping these kittens because I don't think I have the time they came out. But here we go, moving on to the rats, right over here. So we have 3 of them. The old rat came out right here, came out in 2021. We have the rat that's standing that came out in Harry Potter. And this rat came out in 2004. This one came out in 2001, 2004, and then this one came out in 2018. And that's a new rat mold, which is obviously printed eyes. So that's pretty nice. And then we have the 2 just plain molds, nothing special about them. Then we're gonna move on to the otter. The otter came out in 2020 with this print. And everybody was waiting forever for us to come out with this print, but this print finally came out in 2023. And then the Friends otter came out also in 2023. So little, just nothing too special about the Friends one. It's just swimming on his back, but very cartoony. All right, so we have the bunnies now. So the Friends bunnies, these Friends bunnies right here. Oh no, just kidding. These Friends bunnies right here, these small ones. This one came out in Sonic set, but this small little bunny came out in 2023. And then we have the normal bunny right here, 2017. These ones came out in 2017. And then we have the Friends bunny that came out in 2020. And then we have the hares that came out in 2020 and new color in 2022. So this one came out in 2020, this one came out in 2022. All right, now we'll move on to the scorpions. So we got, the scorpion came out in 1998. Initially it was a black one. And then we got 2 different colors. I can't remember what sets these 2 other color ones came into, but it's been an iconic thing. But one set on top, so you can actually do something with it. A lot of these, if you notice, don't have very many stud attachments or anything like that. At least the ones I've gone over. But this one at least has a stud on the front too, so that's pretty nice. But now we're gonna go over to our squirrels. So our Friends squirrel came out in 2019, and then in 2022 we finally got different squirrels, and that's all 3 colors that have been released at this point. Then we have the hamster. So 2 different colors of hamsters, interesting little guys, but those came out in 2016. Then we have the spiders. So original spider, these 4, I think there are more colors, I just don't have them. But these ones came out in 1999, and then we got the revamp spider in 2010. And then I'm gonna go over some of the ones that I could not find the dates for. So we have 2 ants here, and the ants, this red one came out in Indiana Jones, this blue one came out in a Ant-Man set. We have the hedgehog. The hedgehog, don't know what date it came out in, but pretty fun little guy. And we have 3 little lizards. So this is pastel. Came out. It's the tangled like iguana or something like that. And then you've got a little other lizard, and then you've got this cool looking lizard here that came out in a CMF. And then back here we have we have a koala bear that came out as well in a CMF. So I think that's all the animals, covering all of them that we have here. But we have a few things that I forgot to go over. Here are some animals that came in Duplo. So I'm gonna go over the birds too, because I did forget to go over these birds. So we've got a koala, a penguin, and then a red bird and a toucan. So yeah, so Duplo came out with some of these animals that were here. Koala, those 3 came out, were supposed to be on the other base plate. But I think that's all the Duplo that I have for the last 2 base plates. So let's move on to the next one. So here we kind of got a random base plate of animals. We got some bear, deer, goat, and farm animals. But over here, we'll start with the pig, and couldn't figure out what year this pig was out, but I got between 2009 and 2010. But we got a nice little pig here, and it comes in a few different colors, so it's kind of a... this one's kind of just plain pink one, but they've got some other cool white ones with spots and stuff. It's actually pretty cool pig. I wouldn't mind trying to get that one in the future for sure. And then in the for the piglet, we got that in 2022. A lot of these animals we got in 2022, at least the baby versions of them. So the Friends pig came out in 2020. This is from, I mean, there's lots of different versions of this pig, but this version of this pig came out in a Moana sets. And then next we have the sheep. The sheep came out in 2021. I kind of just put, these two are exactly the same, but I kind of want to show that it can wear wool now. So there's that little added play feature to these animals. And then there we got a lamb. The baby lamb came out in 2022. Then we've got the Friends lamb. I don't think I could find where the Friends lamb came out in, but we do got a little Friends lamb there. Pretty cool. And then over here we've got the cow. The cow came out in 2009, and we got the calf in 2022. So all these baby animals came out in one set. I do have a video on it. It's like a farm set, and I call it a farm animal battle pack because you got a bunch of sheep, pig, babies of all of those animals. But yeah, okay, so then we'll move. Oh, then the goat. The goat came out in 2011. The iconic goat came out in 2011, and it was only released in one set, but you got two of them, and it was a pretty expensive set still. And now it's really expensive because those goats are going for quite a bit. But then we got a re-release of the goat this year, and I don't know if it's the same mold. It looks very similar, I know that for sure, but I don't think it's the same mold because we were told that the goat mold got destroyed. But we do have this goat, and then the plain white one that came out in the CMF, and we have a dark gray one now, dark grayish blue one that came out in the I can't remember the name of the set, but it's a remake of the original set that came with the goat. But then we'll move over to the deer. So the transparent blue one came out in 2019. The brown one came out in 2020. So this one pretty much came in a Christmas set, and it was supposed to be a reindeer. And then we've got the bluish one, that transparent blue one with sparkles that came out in a Harry Potter set. But then we've got the baby deer, the Friends baby deer, which actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I would put that one in with normal system Lego. So, but that one came out in 2013. All right, now off to the polar bears. So the original polar bear, this one came out in the year 2000. It's very beat up. This was mine from when I was a kid. It was in a box full of Lego my whole entire life, so very beat up. Then we've got the new one, just like the horses. It can now rear up and almost stand upright. So that's pretty cool how it can do that. But it's very stiff. I will say that much. Hard to do one-handed. And then we got the baby polar bear. The baby polar bear came out in 2023. So, and then this is the same mold as the black bear. Sorry, the new mold came out in 2012 for polar bear and brown, and then black bear in 2018. So I'm also waiting for them to re-release sets with the brown bear and black bear. We didn't get very many of them. I don't know why we aren't getting more of them, but it would be fun to get more of the brown and black bear coming out, and then brown and black version of the cub. So hopefully in the future they do release sets with those animals, new colors of the cub, and more of the black and brown bear, because I've been trying to get my hands on it for a while now and I haven't been able to. But all right, that's everything on this place today. Let's move to the next. Almost forgot about a few. So I forgot to talk about the monkey. So monkey version does come in Duplo, but then we get a baby deer and a normal deer, which these are actually rubber, so that's pretty cool. So the kid can't like accidentally sit down on them and poke himself. But then we get lots of bears. So you got a black bear, a panda bear, baby panda bear, a little normal bear, which I think this is supposed to be a teddy bear, and then you get a polar bear. So you get a few bears with Duplo for sure. So, and honestly, Duplo has more animals, I guarantee, than normal system. So I don't know why they do more animals for Duplo, which kids can't enjoy them as long as if they did them for system, which they're going to enjoy them the rest of their lives. So, all right, let's move on to the next base plate now. So here we got another pretty full base plate here, but pretty large animals. So shouldn't go take too long for this base plate. So in 2020, actually, you know, let's go 1997. We got the first Stingray that was released in some, I think they were called town sets back then, but pretty much the modern day city sets. So yeah, and it came in some diving sets. So with this one, I will say though, you need an additional plate on the bottom of it to stick it to a base plate. It can't stick by itself, just like these need additional plate and can't stick to the base plate without it. But the new ones can. So the new alligators and the new Stingray, which these new Stingray came out in 2020. And you got tons, and we've gotten already in 2023 different variants. So we got one with purple, we've got the nougat with blue dots, then we've got the two, I don't know if this is kind of confusing. I don't know, I think this is like sand color or something. I'm not 100% sure, but you get them two different variants, so that's pretty cool. So let's move down to the crocodile, or the, what people like to call, what do they call in the LEGO community? The Crocagator. So we got the original 3 colors of crocodiles that were released in 1994. So we got dark gray, green, and dark green. So those are pretty iconic. Mouths open up. And another interesting fact is with the old, do I have one? Nope. With the old dragons, the old dragons have this same mouthpiece. And then over here, we've got the newer version of the crocodile, or the Crocagator, came out in 2019. We got this tan, or this like albino one, people call it, from Hidden Side sets. And then you got these ones I got them from Wildlife Rescue sets. So they came in Wildlife Rescue sets for me. And that's where also we got this. I had to add it in there since there is the alligator eye print there. And then we also got 2 baby alligators. This one came in the Wildlife Rescue sets as well. And this one came in a CMF, a Marvel CMF Series 1 or 2. I cannot remember. But over here, we've got tons of different. We got the butterfly. The butterfly with the holes in it right over here. Those were released in 2012. But then we got the new butterflies in 2021. And then they started printing on them shortly after. So all sorts of different prints. But then we got the ladybug, came out also in 2012. And that comes in that ladybug you can also get in yellow as well. So let's move over to the snakes. So we got the normal snakes. They came out in 1997. I was about to say 2007. I was reading my notes wrong. And you got a decent amount of colors. Those still being used today. These were just released in a set in 2023. Indiana Jones sets, these 2 snakes were released. So you're still getting these snakes, but you got 5 colors there. Then you got the python, the large snake that was released in 2018. So pretty cool. 2 different printed ones there. So plain print and then some like python printing. And then I do not have when this Cobra got released, but that came out in a CMF of a snake charmer. So pretty cool and iconic molded animals in this on this base plate, but there's more to come. So let's move on to the next base plate. Actually, hold on 1 second because I have one thing to share. We got a Duplo alligator as well. So it's actually kind of funny how like it's the same size. Most all the other Duplo animals, they're like way bigger. This Duplo is like, it might be taller, but definitely about the same size. So Duplo has given us a alligator or Crocagator as well. So now let's move on to the next base plate. Here we've got a pretty full base plate, but not much on it, it looks like. We've got a lot of large animals. So here we have the sharks. The original sharks also need additional plates on the bottom to stick to studs. The newer ones do not. The old mold came out in 1989, and the new mold came out in 2008. We have the Sawfish, came out in 2015. The new Sawfish, the old Sawfish, which I do not have, which is like this one, came out in 1997. For the difference between the new and old mold of the normal shark is you got gills and you got printed eyes. So a bunch of these are just different colors or different types. We got the hammerhead over here. The hammerhead shark came out in 2023, and I've already gotten 2 colors. We got a sand blue looking color here and a light bluish gray here. But here we have an original gray, new bluish gray, and then over here we've got a new new shark, but with no eye printing. Don't know why we have no eye printing there. Oh, and over here we also have the old shark in white. So I don't know why that one's over there. So the old, and their mouths do open and close. And the new sharks, pretty much besides the gills. And if you look at the fins are a little bit different too. These are more rounded and then go back in. These ones are more just rounded over here. And then we have the hammerhead sharks, mouths open as well. And just cool kind of, this one doesn't want to stay open, but pretty cool molds. And then we got the big, the large sharks. So we have the original big shark, came out in 2008. Then I believe we got a new one in 2020, and then we got new print in 2023. So the big shark's been around for a while, but did get a new mold. It is pretty cool because it does have the clip element on the back, so you can ride, or you can ride the great white, and then it kind of does fit a minifigure inside of it, so it kind of makes sense. But then over here we have the orchid, which is brand spanking new, came out in 2023. The bottom mouth opens up and does have a decent amount of space in there. Definitely can fit a few fish in there for sure. And then as well, like the shark, it has a bar element on the back, so you can ride it. So those are the underwater ones, and we've got a whole nother plate of underwater animals, so let's move on to that one. Here we've got tons of underwater animals, so we're gonna start right up top with the seals. So we've got 2 different colors of Friends seals. The Friends seals was released in 2014. Then the baby seal, the seal pup and the normal seal for system was released in 2023. We just recently got it, and I'm so glad we did. Then we're going to move on to the big turtle. Recently just got the big turtle as well. The big turtle released in 2023, and the little tiny systems turtles were released in 2022. So I'm so glad we got these turtles as well. The Friends turtle has been around for a little bit longer. At 2013 was release date, and you get multiple different types of colors. I think this is all only colors with the system and the only color for the large turtle at this time. All right, the first dolphin, which I do not have, but the first dolphin was released in 1995. Then we got the Friends dolphin, which they pretty much look the same, but this one is the Friends dolphin right here. It does have both of them have bar attachments on the back to attach, so you can ride with the dolphins too. But the Friends dolphin was released in 2013. The normal dolphin over here was released in 2017. I think the first time was released was in a CMF pack, just a blind, or the blind bags CMFs, and it was just the typical city one. But then we later on got a baby dolphin, which I've seen baby dolphins both to release dates of 2020 and 2023, which I'm leaning more towards the 2020 since I had this dolphin prior to 2020 or 2023, so I'm pretty sure it came out in 2020. All right, so let's move down to the crab. The crab's been around for a while, and it is pretty cool because it does have a bar attachment on the front and a stud on top. So even though the creature is small, you can actually do a decent amount with it. So it can hold onto a bar. And I got 4 different colors here. I'm pretty sure it came out in more than 4 colors. But the crab was released in 1998. And then we've got Sebastian, which was released here in I've gotten 2. I got 2015 or 2022, so I'm not sure which one that is accurate. I am leaning towards 2015. All right, then we have the fish. All sorts of different colored fish. The fish was released in 2009, and we got glow-in-the-dark, pearl silver, Don't know these colors. Orange, don't know, but red. Red is a new one. This color was just released this year in a CMF series, and this one was released in the Little Mermaid set. So I'm glad we've gotten multiple different colors of fish, because in the beginning when I first started collecting, I just had these three. Then I got this one, then I got this one, and then these two. So if I ever do an underwater scene, I got lots of different fish to populate the sea with. All right, so let's move on to Iconic Frog. This isn't even close to the amount of colors that it comes in, but the frog was released in the year 2000, and it pretty much shows up everywhere in designs. You get the pink ones from a cherry blossom tree, the bonsai tree, gold ones, yellow ones. They come in all sorts of different colors. So I guarantee this isn't even close to all of them yet. All right, let's go to flounder. Flounder over here. We've got two different types. So this mold though came out in 2014, and then we got a new print of it in 2023. Oh, sorry about that, 2023. So I like the new print better, but I don't know, it's Iconic Little Mermaid for here. I just like this print better just because it actually looks like a real fish. It's not as cartoony. Let's move to the lobster. The lobster right down here. Don't know much about the lobster. I do know it was in a Batman CMF. I think it was the Batman movie CMF packs. But that was released in 2017. All right, let's go to the hermit crab really quick. The hermit crab was released in 2021 in a CMS pack of someone stranded on a deserted island. And now it's coming back, though. It's not in just a CMF anymore. It's now in the new Animal Crossing sets. So I'm so glad you can get a lot more of those, and I'm hoping to pick up a few of them because I want to build an underwater scene at some point, and I would like to populate the bottom of the ocean with them. Over here we got some angler sets, angler fish. We got two of them. One is glow in the dark, and one is not. The glow in the dark one came in a National Geographic underwater set, and this one came in a stunt set out of all things. And you got two of them. So it would be cool if we got multiple different colors, because those are pretty cool looking fish. And if they do not release them, if you have these fish, take care of them because they will go up in value, I guarantee. And then over here, I do not have the dates of these were released or these ones. So I don't know, but here's it's just a little pack and you get all these fish, and then you have a clam. This clam does open up, but is relatively difficult one-handed. And it is just it's not, I don't know, don't want to open and close this too much because I guarantee it will snap at some point. Sorry, my camera's acting a little funny there. But yeah, so there is all the underwater ones. Oh, I don't think I missed everything. I think I got everything there. But there's a bunch of underwater ones, and I have one more base plate of underwater creatures. But before I do that, I have to show you one thing, and that is that Duplo has released a sea turtle. So that's it. Another Duplo character. But yeah, Duplo has way more animals, I feel like, because I don't have very much Duplo, and I have lots of Lego, and I have lots of Duplo animals. So, but let's move off to our next underwater base plate. Not much in it. We've got the octopus. The octopus was released in 1995. I was trying to do it by memory. And then the Friends one was released in 2019, a little bonus pack, so this is a little tiny thing. But 1995 was this one came out in black. We had that for a long time, and then we get in 2009 we got this one in a pirate set. A Kraken Attack or something was the red one. But octopus have been around for a long time. I want to say probably the first time they were released was in Aquazone. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. I don't like spreading false rumors, so if I am, please let me know in the comments below. But this is it's a half base plate, so not much, but the other base plates were getting full, so I was like, I'll just throw them on here. And there is also another there's a glow in the dark one that is pretty awesome in this, and at some point I would like to get a hold of that glow in the dark octopus. But for this, I only got two. But let's move on to the most iconic base plate. We have the dogs. So the first dog right here. And it's also marked as a wolf, because I think in Harry Potter they were classified as wolves. But here's the wolf dog. This dog print came out in 2004 where we got the new one here with multiple different prints. And that mold came out in 2011. And then we have the puppy for like the golden, or not the golden retrievers, the German Shepherd type dog over here. And that mold was released in 2023, if I'm reading my notes right. But let's go on to the French Bulldog. The French Bulldog, which I believe is this one, the French Bulldog mold, came out in 2017. Then we had the Bulldog one right here, came out in 2020. We have Spencer right over here, the ghost dog from Hidden Side. This one came out in 2019. Then we had the Lab. Lab over here, it comes in 2 colors. I have the brown Lab, then there's the golden retriever Lab one. This Lab came out in 2021. Then we can move over to the Chihuahua. Chihuahua right here comes in 2 colors, white and this color. It might come in a couple more, but I do have the white one. I dropped it in my Lego room and I can't find it. So at some point, or I vacuumed it up. So at some point I will get the white one again. But this Chihuahua was released in 2013. We have the Friends Puppy. The Friends Puppies right here came out in 2021. So there's multiple different prints. This one I think is actually supposed to be a pig, if it will focus. It is supposed to be pig actually, but it's the same exact mold, so I threw it in there. This came out in a Sonic set. We have the Scottish Terrier that was released in 2022. I don't know if this is supposed to be a Friends one. I do believe it is supposed to be a Friends one because those little printed eyes. A little too big to be system. So, and then we have Pickles right here, the ones with the wheels. So we've got 2 different Pickles there. That's the name of the dog. It is a wiener dog, I believe, but has wheels. And Friends have named it Pickles. And then we have the Afghan Hound right back here. Came out in 2024 with a CMF pack. That's this one right there. Then we have the Friends with the head tilted, I call them, over here. You got 3 colors of them. And those came out in 2018. Then we'll go to the Dalmatian Puppy right there in the center. That came out in Disney CMF pack. Blind bag pack, and that came out in 2023 with Cruella de Vil. Then we have the Sitting Friends dogs right over here, and those came out in 2017. Then we have the Pug of the Friends version right over here. I only have him from the Friends Advent calendar, but he's got little Christmas glasses on. So with little Christmas tree bows, I think, above his head. I don't know. I think that's what those are supposed to be. And then we have the Friends dog standing right here in the back. I've got 3 different ones of those. He came out in 2023. Then we have the Huskies, which came out in 2014. And one of these, I can never remember which one, came out in a CMF pack. And then over here we have Doug that came out. I think that's his name. The dog from Up. And he's dog looking enough, so I threw him in here. But yep, those are all the different types of dogs, and there are plenty more that I am missing. I don't know. I believe all those years were correct, but there were a ton of them. I did forget to mention 2 of my Duplo animals. We have a raccoon and a alpaca, I believe that is. But there are all of my Lego molded animals, nearly 300 of them. I think I'm just about a little bit more than 10 short of 300 molded Lego animals. Thanks for watching this video. I know it was a long one. I'm sorry. I think if I do another one of these in a year with how many more molded animals I have gained this year alone, I'm going to have to divide it into 2 separate videos. But there is my Lego molded animals. Thank you for watching so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hitting that like button below does help the algorithm, so more people will see my video. If you enjoyed it, share with a friend. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.